And then I can, if she doesn't want to be out, that's. Then.
Okay, just to let you know, we'll be starting in just a couple minutes here.
That's good, thanks.
All right. Hey, welcome to today's class on, today we'll be doing the 33 touch playbook, designing your spear referral machine. I'm Leah. I lead the marketing team here. Let me close that. Hey, how are you? Come on in. How you doing?
Good.
Good.
Yes.
Thank you.
You want me to sit anywhere?
Yeah, no, anywhere you want. Yeah, that's great. All right, yeah, we're just.
Just the two of us.
Well, we got someone online in as well.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so today's class, we'll be doing, creating a plan for your 33 touch system.
Okay.
So I'll explain exactly what that means and how we'll go into implementing that together.
Okay.
Just for background, my name is JuLeah with JuLeah Designs, as you know, right? We run the marketing team here. We've worked for 650 KW offices doing the marketing for those agents as well. So we have a lot of knowledge in this field. So I'm going to help you create a marketing touch system that consistently reaches out to your sphere. Have you read The Millionaire Real Estate Agent?
I have.
Gary Keller? Okay.
Years ago.
Yeah. Have you?
I want to start doing it again.
I know. I want to read it again too. Emily, have you read it as well?
Read parts of it. I haven't finished, yes, but it's
Awesome.
good.
Huh, yeah, I can't hear you. I don't know if it's muted or if it's my TV.
See,
One sec, let me see. Why I can't hear you?
I'm not muted, but you can't hear me.
Now I can hear you. Great, awesome, thank you. Sorry.
Thanks. I turned the volume up.
Oh, great, okay, so you said you've read the Millionaire Real Estate Agent book as well?
Yes, it's really good.
Awesome. Great. Yeah, so today's class, I'll be teaching you how to implement the 33 touch plan that Gary Keller refers to in that book, right? So what he's saying in that book is, right, if you touch your contacts 33 times over the course of the year, right? So each contact 33 times, we'll talk about how, then per 12 contacts in your database, you can expect 2 transactions, right? 2 referrals, right? So the question becomes, okay, how do I set up a 33 touch plan, right? So, and I'm going to teach you exactly how to do that today. We're going to plan the strategy for it. And then the next 3 classes will build on, we'll actually do the social media touches. We'll actually do the email touches. So we'll dive into each one. But today we're going to plan that out for the next 3 months for your sphere, okay? So the idea is with Gary Keller, right, over social media, email, and a call or text system, again, I'll show you it all, that you're reaching out to your clients 33 times each year to stay top of mind, and that's how you get a consistent stream of referrals, right? So top agents, they get most of their business from referrals, right? Open houses is number 2, and online leads are number 3 as far as where top agents get their business from. Of course, most agents spend money on online leads or open houses. Not saying that's not a great option as well, but what the data shows and what Keller Williams models teaches is that we should be touching our sphere 33 times a year, and that can convert your sphere way faster. And you don't have to have a huge database here, right? KW teaches, have you heard of the 201 model? Either of you? Okay, the 201 model, what that means is if you have 201 contacts in your database, using the tools I'm going to show you, I'm going to walk you through it. If you touch each of them 33 times, then you can create $120,000 business. That's how much income you can expect. And these are all KW numbers. So again, that's just 201 contacts, right? Now I will say, and I'll walk through this, but this is not saying 201 just email addresses, right? They're wanting you to have the fully complete contact, which will be the email, the physical address, right? The phone number, and then bonus points for birthday and home anniversary, because they can automate all of those touches to help you stay top of mind, right? Your job is to sell real estate, not to do a social post that takes 2 hours and post it out, right? So if you're winging it and always doing it on the go, you have a lot less income producing. There it shows, the numbers show that agents who have a system that we're going to set up today have 23% more income over agents that just wing it, right? We know we need to post on social, but to get around to creating a system is a whole different story. Okay. So that's the what that we're going to be doing in class today. So I'm going to give you guys a couple tools. Yeah, if you have your computer, go ahead and pull that up. I'm going to have you guys, it'll be a workshop style. So all these classes, you'll walk away with a plan today, a strategy. The next class will work on actually having an email created for your database. Next class will actually have the social media. So this will be both strategy and workshop, just so you know what you can expect from this. And the goal is really consistency here. So let me first pull up for you. So if you could go to, while I'm pulling this up, if you could go to JuLeahDesigns.com. And so JuLeah Designs, right? My name's Leah and my sister is Joel's. Together, we're JuLeah Designs. About 3 years ago, we opened a marketing company in-house. We've been working with the KW Tech tools, like I mentioned, for 12 years. But yeah, so we are the in-house partner for Keller Williams Valentine. But this is where I have the tools for you guys, all things marketing, yes.
Oh.
So specifically for KW marketing, JuLeahDesigns.com. Yeah, and then you'll see where it says, nice, perfect, that's fine, that's our menu, but where I'd like to guide you to instead. Right, because I'm gonna show you how to do all of this for free, right? Like, yes, we have leverage, so if you do need leverage down the road, great, I'm here for it, right? We can help you. But there's a lot of money out, like we talked about in real estate, so I'm gonna show you how to do all of this for free. So instead on our site, if you could hover over tools for KW agents and marketing class tools. And that will take you to the notes that we're gonna use for today's class. All right, and if you need me to repeat that, let me know, but again, just JuLeahDesigns.com and then hover over tools for KW agents. Yeah, come in, and marketing class tools. And of course, feel free guys to stop me anytime if I lose you, want me to repeat something. So actually hover over tools for KW agents and then marketing class tools.
Oh.
Awesome. Okay. Okay. So on this, if you can scroll down just to show you this, I'm going to put more and more of our notes on here for classes on these Thursdays. These classes are every Thursday at 12:30, right? So that you can plan to be here. For today's class, that first one, that first square, the marketing plan, if you want to click on that, it will open it. We're going to use this. I'm going to have you make a copy into your Drive, Google Drive, and we're going to work with this to create a plan for the last 3 months, okay, of this year. So that's what we'll be doing, and then we'll be working with ChatGPT to actually then create the physical posts, okay? And just a heads up, you don't have to click back on it, but just on this page as well, you'll see all of our class replays. So if you want to go back and watch any of these classes we've taught before, they are all in this playlist right here. Okay. All right, guys. All right, so what we're going to talk about first is, yeah, we're going to work on this worksheet first. I'm also going to go through after we do this, and I'm going to tell you exactly what to do. But after we do this, we'll talk about, how many times should I be emailing my sphere each month? How many times should I be posting to social media? How frequently to call them, right? I mean, strategically by Gary Keller's model, the number's there, right? So I'll tell you how to do that, and then we'll create the system in the classes going forward, okay? So do you both have this pulled up right here? Okay, awesome. So if you'd like to go on down to our October and November, I realize this is pretty basic. We're gonna make a copy of it though and add to it. And we're gonna get ChatGPT on it as well. Have you guys used ChatGPT before?
No.
Okay, no worries. Have you, Emily?
Yes, I have. I love it.
Awesome. I know, it's my best friend. Don't just kidding. But if you are looking at this, to make it editable for you, if you can click on File on the top, shoot, hang on. You don't have this make a copy option, correct?
I don't.
Okay. 1 second, let me reshare it to you in a different way so that you can.
I can.
Oh, you do have a make a copy option?
You're at the top. Yeah, make a copy.
Oh, I'm sorry, it's because I'm not logged in. Thank you guys, I appreciate
Okay.
that. So yeah, if you can click on File and then make a copy, it'll ask you if you want to copy it to your Drive, and yeah, click make a copy. And so now you'll be able to edit it in a way, and it won't affect anyone else's. So now this is your private sheet. Okay, so what we can do with this is, so first of all, we're looking at the content ideas, okay? So if we go down to October, okay, your goal by after this class is we're gonna go through this entire thing. But for right now, let's chunk down the last 3 months of the year here, okay? So the main goal when you're planning out your content is, okay, how can I provide value to my sphere while still showing them I'm an expert in real estate, right? I mean, how many agents you see out there posting, okay, this house and just listed, just sold, right? That's good. They want to see that you're active. However, what they want more is value around real estate, right? Or they're not interested. They're not going to open your emails. They're not going to stop scrolling for your social posts if it's just another self-promotion piece, right? So that's what we're planning out in this, and this is what the exact strategy says to do. So, and we're gonna use this with ChatGPT now. I will say Gemini, I don't know, Emily, if you've used Gemini yet, but you get Gemini Pro. So Gemini is Google's version of ChatGPT. So essentially same thing, but if you go to pull up a new tab and go to gemini.google.com.
That's how you spell.
Yeah, Gemini. Gemini.google.com. Yeah, you can probably just click that top option for a big yes.
Yeah, it came up. I haven't used it, but yes.
Awesome, cool, okay. So if you sign in with your KW email, then you get it, the pro version for free. And I'll tell you cool features of the pro version, right? But you don't have to pay for it because KW has a relationship with them. So if you just sign in with your KW email, you automatically get it for free.
Okay, so how do I do?
So you can sign in, click sign in on the, you're actually already signed in. Will you click the C on the top right so I can see which account you're logged in as? Is that your KW? Oh. And you can log in with any Gmail account. It's just if it's your KW one, then it's the pro version, which allows you to, it will generate unlimited images for you. Like you can say, create an image of a Valentine home, all in pink, or whatever you want, and it's unlimited images. You can do unlimited uploads too, where it's upload a contract and ask it to analyze it, right?
Okay.
So that's the benefit of Pro, and again, it's only on your KW account. I realize I'm not logging in with my KW account, but that's what you'll want to do if you just want the Pro features is all. Let me try one more time. Hang on, let me just do it on here real quick, guys. Passwords are always a battle,
Yes.
Sorry. Especially when I teach classes, I find it gangs up on. Alright, so assuming you've logged in, and I'll get there, guys, but if you go ahead and log in, what I want you to start doing with it is asking it for content ideas. I got it.
So right where it says here, ask,
Yeah, so where it says ask anything,
contact, or
I must have just been typing it.
ONTENT ideas.
Yeah, so what we're gonna do, okay, and I'll show you this up here as well. But what I want you to do is I want you to tell it to act as a real estate agent, and I'll put this up here. Act as a real estate agent and give me valuable content ideas for Charlotte homeowners. I know I already said valuable, but to add value.
Okay.
Okay.
So act as a real estate agent to add value. To add value.
For my sphere. Here, I'll do it now. Thank you for your patience, guys. All right. So act as a real estate agent. And give me valuable content ideas for my sphere. I'm going around the greater Charlotte area, and you can type anything like this. We'll be working with it. The value of logging in is that it will remember all of this. So your goal for your content, we're going to give it your goal right now, which is acting as a real estate agent. Give me valuable content ideas for my sphere around the greater Charlotte area to increase referrals coming from my database. And I'm gonna press enter. Okay, so we're just gonna give it a little taste to start with. Okay, and it'll walk you through the exact strategy and ideas for what you can post, okay? So what I want you to do right now is skim through what it gave you. It might be slightly different than mine, right? But some keywords, what I want you to do is anything that pops out to you, I want you to add it to your list here, okay? So you can really, you know, this is editable for you, so you can click to just start typing in here, right? And you can type any ideas that you like right in there. Okay, so for example, hyper local is typically very important. You know, people get real estate news from all over nationally, and it doesn't tell a very great story, right? Versus Charlotte has been the number 7 market, top 10 markets in the whole country for the last 7 years, right? So that's the story we want to tell, and why? Why do people love living here? They love living here because of things like the Valentine Bowl. And with people only moving right every 7 years on average, let's say, I don't care about buyer and seller tips except every 7 years. While it's important that you're educated, I more care about tell me the story of the area. Tell me the growth of Valentine, right? So where you'll see hyper local content ideas, because when you're out and about, simply just taking quick pictures of the bowl, right? And posting it is a great thing to do. Right? It does, every post doesn't have to be you as a realtor, let me know your real estate needs. It's actually, have you seen these top 3 things in the Valentine Bowl visiting with my family, right? You're telling a story of why people love Charlotte, right? Why do people move here? Right, so this will give you different ideas. Of course, yours might say something different, but ideas like Charlotte Fun this weekend roundup, right? What are things going on around Charlotte? I'll show you how to get these things. My goal for you right now is to read through it a little bit, and I can read through mine more to give you pointers and jot down any notes, whether it's on here or if you just want to open your own note, whichever. I want you to jot down some ideas that really speak to you, and then we're going to draw that out for you. Okay.
So mine just be this.
Can you, X out of that thing that's saying, yeah, and then you can scroll. There you go. Perfect. That's the whole thing.
Continuous data. Okay, so I got some gentle.
Yeah, yours is slightly different, and mine might be down further with market insights. I have a different market insight one too, the second one. And Emily, if you see any on yours that you love, I would love to hear any that pop out to you as well.
Your guide to the best fall festivals in the Queen City.
Ooh, I love that. And you know what's even greater too is next we're gonna then tell ChatGPT to give me that answer, right?
I like that idea. Yeah.
That was awesome. Thanks for sharing that. Yeah, feel free to jump out if you see any other good ones too. I like this one, right? Myth versus Charlotte reality, debunking national real estate myths versus local data, right? For example, myth, you need 20% down. Reality in Mecklenburg County, many buyers use, X% down with local assistance programs. That's a good one because, right, like I mentioned, the national real estate story. I mean, millennials straight up believe to their core they can't buy a house, right?
Right.
I mean, they don't even check. I mean, it's a reality almost in certain generations or people that feel like they're priced out. Well, that's not really the truth. They're just not educated on that there is assistance programs or first-time home buyer programs, or what's the one that when you move far out into the rural, you can get FHA.
They check that. So I did that.
Yeah.
Something different.
Yeah, so if there's ones that you like, okay, another thing that you can do with the pro version is you can create projects over here. Will you do me a favor, will you go to the edge? Yeah. Let's see here, will you cover over that? And I'll tell you how in a minute, Emily, once I figure it out. Okay, so click on those 3 dots. And click on pen. Okay, and let's name this, you can take away Charlotte. So we're gonna keep this always up here, so you can always come back to the same chat, the same project. so that we can keep working in the same area. So if there are certain topics that you like on here, right, we really need to work on organizing that. So whether that's in the chart that I gave you, where you wanna copy and paste some ideas, or just copying and pasting them into the chat to tell it to hold on to these ideas, it can create a schedule for you.
So in that,
Yeah, exactly. And Emily, what I was saying is, so you
so
can.
it's pinning this.
Exactly, it's putting the chat on the side.
I
So,
see that, I like that.
okay. Alright, great. And yeah, of course you can rename it and things like that as well, but I love that then, cause we can always come back here. So literally, it could create for you, this for, so if you were to take the ideas that you liked from this list here and copy and paste it down here and say, save these ideas for my marketing plan, right? And keep doing that, then we can be like, okay, now pull a list of all the ideas I liked for my marketing plan. So depending on how you want to structure this, okay, I want you to try to centralize the ideas that you think are reasonable, like you would know how to pull that off. Okay, I want you to try, I'm gonna try to give you a goal of, let's do 5 different ones from here. Now that can be just a little bullet point, right, whatever it is, copy and paste it into here and just say, save the below bullet points for my marketing plan to generate at the end.
So I would say save that fall festivals and then, okay.
Exactly, yes. And if you want to just do like for fall or for the next 3 months, right? I think that would be most attainable. Then we can always come back to redo this every 3 months. I'm going to have this class at the
Okay.
end. Let's do for fall. Okay, and just so you know how you tab down without sending the chat, like enter, sends it. So if you hold shift on your keyboard and then click enter, it'll put it down in the chat box there. So that I could then put in, let's say, I could paste the fall festivals. If you don't want to type it out, fall festival ideas in the greater Charlotte area.
I wish I had the same thing as you when going.
Well, here, this is where you can just tell it to save these ideas, and as we're all collaborating, jot it down, right, in your bullet point. And then again, just instead of clicking enter, do shift enter, and it'll just put it down in the chat box if you want to. So like pumpkin patches. That's kind of like fall festivals, but different verbiage. Thinking about too, what's your target market? Yes, I know everyone moving to the Charlotte area, but ideally, do you want to work with families that are growing, right? Like to help them buy their next house? Does it speak more to you? Like, does your sphere more, retiring and maybe going to be downsizing? Because then my content would be for families. Here are the top 3 things to do in the Valentine for families versus okay, if they're more downsizing, here are 3 tips to start decluttering your home for downsizing, or right, they're just very different tips that we can target here, if that makes sense. Okay, I really like the I like this one. I like the Charlotte Fun this weekend. I like the myth busting national real estate news versus Charlotte real estate. Right, we can do also seasonal home maintenance checklists are typically easy because they're evergreen. What I mean by evergreen is, okay, you can only plan so far in advance for what they're gonna do this weekend, right? But I could make an advanced 12 posts for what to do each month to maintain my home checklist and schedule those out, right? They're evergreen. Does that make sense? The difference between like a timely post versus something that's always true, right? You can schedule in advance. So if you want to put on your list, I would recommend it. Seasonal home maintenance checklist
say to, how do you, instead of pushing enter, what am I supposed to be pushing?
Oh, yeah, shift and then enter.
Shift
Yeah,
and enter, okay,
Yeah, hold shift though.
I got it.
Okay, yeah.
Thank
Isn't
you.
that, yeah, because that's so annoying, it just always goes.
I was like, oh no, what am I doing?
Oh, so here, I,
What?
so I put that in and I entered.
Mhm.
And then it gave me
The next thing.
the next thing. So
Yeah.
you're currently in fall season, blah, blah, blah. Fall home maintenance checklist.
Michael.
And they gave me that.
So yeah, if you keep pressing hold shift and then enter, it'll just keep it like in one box like it is for mine or one.
So what, when you say that, what you mean in here?
Yeah, look at my screen, like you see how I'm typing to it, right? So if I click at the end of it and I wanna add another bullet point, right? If I hold shift on my computer, on my keyboard first, and then enter while holding shift still, it puts it down and says sending the message to it, right? Cause I wanna give it a whole list so that it'll remember and then generate a plan for the next 3 months for me. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, but yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter, you can keep giving it stuff, it'll just keep answering you each time you
Right.
then send it something, or you can give it one long reply. You could also just do commas and it would get it as well. Okay, so if there's anything else that you guys like, I'm gonna scroll through this. Emily, any other ones you saw on yours?
The fall maintenance checklist.
Okay.
I like the favorite fall recipes.
Ooh, I love that.
Yes.
That's a great one, right? And guess what? The call to actions. What do you need to make fall recipes? A beautiful kitchen, right?
Yeah.
There you go. Yes.
It always ties back. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and give it this, okay? And I think I would like it to be, okay, so I'm gonna give it this, and I'm gonna actually though, shift and enter one more time, or just do a comma, and tell it to give me a map, or sorry, based on these ideas, map out my next 3 months of social media posts. Okay, and I'm gonna show you how many times you're supposed to post a week. 3 to 4 times a week is the goal, right? So you can ask it to do that. If that feels overwhelming, 2 times a week is good, okay? I also wanna point out, and I told you about this before, we do have a social media package that posts once a week for you on all platforms for $199 the whole year, right? So if you think it's feasible that you could post twice a week and then you need that extra boost, just know we have that. Same with, if you feel like you can post on Instagram and Facebook because that's your jam, great, stick to that. And we can be posting on your LinkedIn, Google business page, Pinterest, X, Threads to increase your reach. Just if you need that, just know it's there, right? But as far as what you're telling it to base out these ideas for the next 3 months, right? 3 to 4 times a week, 2 times a week, guys. Starting small is really great. Times a week.
You did it, and it came back with some great ideas.
Yay! Isn't that amazing? I
It
don't
is
know.
amazing.
How did people run businesses before this?
I don't know.
It took a lot of work.
Yeah.
Took a lot of work.
I can't get over that the MLS used to be in a book. That blows my mind.
Oh, yes, and then, I don't know if, I don't know how long she's been, but we used to have a map, a book map.
Wow.
No GPS. It
Wow.
was a book
Of the listings that were active?
of streets.
Oh, a map in general, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I remember being lost with my mom in like the
Oh, I
90s.
remember.
Yeah. Okay, yes, and it can also make it into a worksheet that's printable for you, right? So I know, it's so cool. Anyway, all right, so it should give you, is this what yours looks like too, Emily? Like this, a similar layout?
It's more of October. How do I get it into that kind of layout? It's in my
Great question.
This is,
I would guess it was my phrasing of this. Is that how?
this
I
is
didn't
on,
put 3 to 4 times a week, so that's what it did. I did a monthly, weekly, and it gave me week 1, week 2, week 3.
Okay, that's what it did over here on hers as well. So that's interesting.
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah, I'm not sure how, maybe if.
I mean, it's doable. It's just different.
Right, I see. Mine's just like week 1, I see, week 2.
Yours is more of like a chart format. Mine's more of like a
Yes.
summary, December, week 1, week 2.
I see, yeah, that sounds
Yeah,
like it.
that's interesting. If I wrote the same exact thing that you said,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
I got something different than you did.
that's true, always, that's always, yeah. I know, well, and it knows different things about you, but yes, in general, it will always spit out different things, and right, and it's not always 100% correct. Just so we're aware of that,
Right.
like, in general it is, but if it gives you numbers, it can sometimes try to deduce information based on national stats and Charlotte estimates. But just know you should fact check it, especially if it looks funny, you know. Charlotte festivals are one thing, it's gonna be right, but real estate data, I mean.
Right.
Like I did a Q4 market update and we would probably check that before we.
Good, how did it do though? Did you have ChatGPT do it?
It just gave that into me for one of my weeks. I put that into one of my things I
Oh, I
like.
see. Yeah, I would be interested to see how spot on it is, you know,
I
I
would too, yes.
see, but anyway. Okay, and so like now this is going to be your schedule that you now have pinned, right, on the side of Gemini, right? You can also, oh, that's so cool, export it to Sheets. So if you want this to be in a Google Sheet in your Google Drive, you could.
Okay, but what did I do?
Oh, no, as you just clicked on Explore Gems, click on the real estate referral content, the chat name on the left. Yeah, perfect, yes. That, perfect, yes. Right, so you can export it to Sheets where it can put it into Google Sheets. Or, right, oh, that's cool.
How did you do that? How do you?
Do you have this option?
I don't have that option.
Huh, let's now try then, try to ask it
Oh, I
to,
do.
okay. Even
I
though,
got it, share and export. Okay, I got it.
oh yeah, it works?
So
Yeah, I got export to docs. Okay.
Oh, okay, interesting.
creating spreadsheet.
Yeah, you could probably ask it if you wanted it on Sheets or something like that, right, but. Okay, and then you can expand the columns, so like, yeah, with Sheets. Similar to Drive, but just a heads up, right, if you can't see it, if you just put your mouse between, if you double click between it, it'll do as long as it is. Just a little. Which is pretty long, but, right, if you double click, it'll just size it to the exact size of the call to action, or whatever the field is. So if you put your mouse between 2 of the columns up there and double click, right, it'll just size it correctly. This is awesome. Okay. So my goal for you, okay, is go through this, you know, after class and highlight ones, you know, even a few of them that seem feasible for you to start with, okay? Then, okay, I'm gonna show you the how in the upcoming classes, but just to give you a little taste of what you'll wanna do next, right? Canva.kw.com is the new Canva KW Pro account that you get for free, which is just so cool.
So how do you get this?
Yeah, so it's canva.kw.com. So canva.kw.com. And you're just logging in with your command login. So it might just log you right in.
Okay. So when I log in, it's gonna ask me for a code.
Yes, it will ask you.
Usually they don't send it right away.
It goes to your personal email. Yeah, it can't go to your KW email, so it'll definitely go to one of your personal Gmail accounts. The code, you know, goes right on you. Have you been in the new KW Canva accounts, Emily?
Took a class on it. I like it.
Yeah, it's cool. I mean,
Yeah.
all the KW templates and things, I mean, it's great that all the elements are free.
Yeah, and it actually linked mine, like when I logged into it, that it had actually already linked everything, kind of.
Love that, and the MLS links to it, which is super cool.
Yes, when you're doing something for an open house or something, you can just put in the
Yeah.
address and it pops up.
I love that, instead of having to go look for it all on the KW sites or MLS.
Yes, no, it works great.
Yay, well, that's great. Yeah, so in your KW Canva account, right, canva.kw.com, and I'll catch you up, so. So just a heads up, you can search, it'll default, I think, on your designs, but if you click templates. Right, so these are just every single Canva template in here, right? That's what these templates are. If you want the KW templates, and you can see them over here too. So templates, all Canva templates versus the brand ones. These are the ones that are all KW created. Just to give you a basis of when to use it. The brand ones under brand are all in compliance already, so that's amazing. Versus the ones just in, regular Canva templates aren't in compliance already. So that's the main difference.
I guess it's an incorrect code, but I just got it in my email.
I can help you if you want to pass the computer. So if you would, what I would like to challenge you to do is look at what you've created, right? Find something on here, and we're gonna just search the Canva templates for something that might mimic it. So let's say that's local fun. So Charlotte Fun this weekend, let's say. All right, so then what I would encourage you to do right now is in Canva. Now, the brand templates are gonna be way more limited, the KW ones, right? These are more like listing and real estate related templates. So when it comes to more of these like value pieces, like 3 things going on this weekend, there's not really any compliance to put on there. For listings, you have to have the KWB logo, but otherwise, right, using any Canva template is totally fine. So templates here, you can come in here and search, let's say, things to do this weekend. I haven't tried this before, but let's see what it's gonna give me. Alright, and it'll give you just a bunch of different templates that you can start with, right? And I like that. I like this one. Because like this is very cute and I like that it's organized, right? So then I really just have to read, okay, I would change this, 3 things or things to do in Charlotte this weekend, or best fall festivals around Charlotte this weekend, right? So anything with a list. That's cute. So just scroll through for a second and try to find one that might speak to you, and you can click on it and we'll edit it. That's what they tell me though. They do tell me, oh, it wasn't working before, but now it works here. Yeah. Great. Okay, and where we are right now is in the template section over here. We are searching just things to do this weekend. And what's cool, right, is okay, we do this every Friday, post out things to do this weekend. We don't need to make a new template every time. Brand recognition actually means using the same template so they know before they even read it that, oh, it's that post telling me what things to do this weekend, right? So finding one and putting a little effort into just making it yours now, right? Doing it one time, then always coming back to that template, it'll make your life really easy.
So let's say I choose that one, unique and one.
Yeah, perfect. So you can click that. Or
Would
if
you
wanna
make
go-
it fall themed or would you just do a
Yeah.
general one?
Great question. So yeah, I would probably make it fall themed. I would also, if you want to make it, oh, it's a flyer, poster. If you want to make it your brand colors, that's another option. So if you do have certain brand colors, having that consistent does really help with brand recognition. Do you have brand colors, Emily?
I don't know.
Well, if you ever want to meet with us, right, I can guide you on that, right? It's free for you guys to meet with us every 2 weeks if you want to the
Okay.
office pay for it. So not that you need custom colors, but if you ever want branding guidance, I'm happy to do it. Happy to guide you.
It would make it look better.
I do it for fun in my pastime, so. All right, so if we have any template that you have up, so you can put customize. So now what we would want to do, right, is okay, we're prepping for things to do this weekend, right? So now if I go back to Google Gemini. And let's say now, how many things did I have on there? Let's say I had 1, 2, 4, 6, okay. I could say, give me 6 things to do in the greater Charlotte area this weekend. Now, if you the more you niche down, like if it's Valentine, it'll be even more effective if you say 6 things to do in South Charlotte or whatever it is, right? The more you niche down, the better. Greater Charlotte's still niching, so that's totally fine. But just encouraging if you do want to focus on a certain area like South Charlotte, posting about South Charlotte brands you as the South Charlotte Realtor, of course. Okay, so now what I'll do is I'm just gonna take each one of these and copy and paste it into that template. So cheer on the Carolina Panthers. Right, and you can play with as far as how long it is, right? These are completely editable. You can like make the font smaller up here, right? You can scoot the text, the letters closer together. So just as you're playing with the template, and Emily, if you have any questions about how to work with Canva, just let me know. Because there's certain things that's just really helpful, because it gets you stuck.
Does it can get you?
Yeah. And of course, you could tell it to phrase it in a like to make this easier, rephrase it in a bullet point list as concisely as possible. Yeah, I mean, so you started with a different template, like I started with a listicle more, so if you want to do more of that one. Okay, and like, so for example, we'll change like things to do this weekend, so we could write instead things to do in Charlotte this weekend. And well, hold on.
I just actually asked it to do 6 bullet points and it gave it
Yeah.
to me in bullets. Yeah, it's kind of cool.
So then we put that.
And then you could tell it, not to get overboard here, but for our next class, phrase this in the form of an email and we can blast it out to your database, right? So those are the kind of valuable touches that people want to know what's going on, right? I couldn't do it as concisely, probably as good. It is funny how it gives you different things depending on. You could ask it the same thing, just like you're saying.
I guess you.
What is Fab Fest? A Beatles festival? Fun. See, it's valuable. It's a Beatles concert, or I'm sorry, what did I say? Concert or festival. Like the Beatles, yeah? You take that as Charlotte's Beatles Festival? Or like the music group or the bug? I'm conflicted. All right, so I have, celebrate Oktoberfest. And you can always put more info in the caption about these if you were to want to. We can tell it to make it into a caption, right? And then, changing this at the bottom, you probably have a different template and that's totally fine. But if there's anything that has like, a really great site, just replacing that with your brand name if that's your handle. So that's right what your social media handle is. You could do that. You could do your email address. You can do your website, right? Anything that just kind of branding you. Just a heads up, if you have a personal logo and put it on there, do either of you have a personal logo? I'm thinking that's a no. Okay, then you don't even need to know this. Great. Yeah, it's just you would need the KW logo with it if you had your personal logo, that's all. Okay, so just a quick other tips on how to make this prettier. And if you're still working on, putting in the piece, like the list, no rush, you're good. Just to show you how you can make this more, okay, to immediately know this is about Charlotte, let's say. Elements on the left-hand side, it's so cool. It has unlimited pictures, graphics, videos for you to add in here, okay? Now, I'm gonna try to search Charlotte to see, okay, yeah, there are a bunch of Charlotte photos in here. So for example, if I wanted to come in and add a Charlotte photo to the background instead, I could, right? So that I immediately can tell, let's say that it's Charlotte. And I'll give you some tips on adding this as well. For example, if I click on the photo, it's just gonna add it, you know, really in the middle of my design, which is fine. We can click on elements, yep, and then search elements for Charlotte. Good. Okay, great, and then click see all by photos. Excellent. And then any of those photos, if you like those, you can click on it and it'll add it big on your piece. But we're gonna get it behind all the other stuff though. So to get it at the very back. So if you right click on the image, you might have to scroll down, I did, and replace background. Okay, it'll replace it like this. I realize it's too dark, right? We're gonna fix it. Right, but any photo that you add, right? If you add it and then just right click on it to replace the background. And then scroll.
You could do that with like anything, I mean.
Right, yeah, even
Yeah.
videos, and this is a next level tip, but like, wait, hang on, let me show you. If now that I have the photo as the background, I can just drag and drop any photos to replace it. But for example, I did a video of Charlotte, so technically, now I could export this as a video, and you know how they're always freaking out about video being the best thing you can do for your business? Great, you now have a video of what to do in Charlotte. Cool. Okay. So yeah, here you're right clicking on the text, it's not the photo. So replace background. So my tip though is right, because it's a little too dark in the background, like it's taking away from the font. So you can make this more transparent, the background. Okay, so if I click on the background, okay, whatever you select is what this menu bar is addressing. So right, if I click the text, okay, well now it's addressing the font and the color, blah, blah, blah. So I want to click the background and I'm gonna make it more transparent so it's not so distracting. So I could click on transparency up here and drag it down. Okay, so I can make the background a little less startling if I want to. So just a design tip there. Awesome. Yeah, and so, right, and we can make this font pop more by coming up here. Of course, you can change the font to any font you want. You have Pro, so it's all for you. And we'll talk more about fonts in the branding class, which I think is towards the end of the month. But for example, you can do effects, for example. These are little higher level design ideas in Canva. But any of the font that you click, if you click effects, just a heads up, right? I could make it lift up a little, or I could outline it in white to make it a little more, to pop it a little more. That didn't pop that much, but I can outline it, right? So you can see all these different options that you can do, adding a background. So just ideas how you can play with the text to make it pop more. Oh, no worries. Yeah, that's good. So you can click actually on the side. Yeah, that was actually good. Thank you for bringing that up. Just a heads up, if you do want to alter which part of the photo is showing, if you double click on the photo in the background, you'll see it like makes it slidable. So that you can maybe make it so that the iconic buildings of Charlotte are peeking through on the sides, right? Right. These might be a little too light colors. You can really play with the design. It's all yours, right? But the idea is, right, okay, these are great, but they're kind of like just designs. What if instead I wanted keys on the bottom, right? To reflect that you're a realtor. Right. So just some ideas of what you can do to play with it.
Would you do both elements and keys?
Yeah, elements and then keys. There's a bunch of different graphics. You can check the graphics and photos. I might suggest graphics in this case, right? But if you want to put little keys in the bottom or, you know, home icon, you absolutely could, right? And all you do to do that is, let's say I click on the piece or the element I want, I can just resize it down. Nice, yeah, it's great. And then yeah, the corners, you can pull them closer and size them down. Excellent, yes. Spot on. And then if you accidentally add anything you don't want, simply clicking on the element and pressing backspace on your keyboard will get rid of it. Ooh, and my favorite feature, I mean, undo is the best thing ever in this, okay? You can click this arrow up here, or you'll see Control Z is the shortcut. I accidentally like move things all the time and just Control Z or this undo up here. It's a lifesaver. And we'll be using Canva, right? I'm really gonna focus on this when we do your social media pieces, the email design. So the upcoming classes, we'll be diving into this each time.
Make this.
Click on it and then corners. So hey Tasha, are you in here at 12:30? You just click on it and then you do the corners and. So if you have questions on Canva, how to use it, of course, you can come meet with us every 2 weeks, right? You don't need to open this page, but KWB resources and marketing help. I'll show you how to become a Canva master. I'll show, you know, we can work every 2 weeks, the Market Center pays, so you might as well jump on our schedule. We're happy to, right? Help you with anything you can think of, setting up a Google My Business page, I mean, anything marketing, you know, but, just one more thing of how you get back to these to edit them further, because now I'm going to tell you what I want to set your goal for this week, what I would recommend doing, okay? Like the most profit increasing thing you could do as far as marketing, this is what it would be. First, just to tell you how to get back to these designs, because this will help you, you can rename it up here. So now let's say I want to rename this as, you know, Charlotte Weekender. Whatever you want to name that. Okay. And then just so you know how to get back to all of these will all be under, actually, sorry, I'm gonna go back home. So if you'll click on the menu icon on the top of Canva, top left, the little like cheeseburger, yeah, and then click on home. That's just what it's gonna look like when you come back. So I just want to show you, great. So under home, this is where you'll see all your saved designs right here. You're also able to see them in projects. So just a reminder for the rundown, projects will be all your saved designs. Templates are all Canva designs, like just all of them. And then the brand will show you the KW branded templates. Okay, so now my goal for you, what would be the most income producing thing that you could do? Is okay, like we just created, let's say a template. If you're not thrilled with what it looks like so far, work with it, okay? But your goal would be to create 3 of those, okay, of that kind of idea. So going back to our breakdown that ChatGPT gave us, right? I want you to find, okay, this is telling you to do the same kind of thing every few weeks, right? Recipe idea, right? If that's going to be consistently on there, great. I want you to make a template for that recipe idea, okay? So I want you to find, let's say, highlight 3 different things on here that you think that you could implement. Okay, so let's say I want to have recipe idea. We got the local fun one done. We can work on that more, right? If that's a market update piece or a neighborhood, right? I want you to find another one that you think that you do. Ooh, like home maintenance checklist. I thought I had that on here. That's a really great one to have, because again, you can create them for the next 3 months. And oh, you can highlight it yellow by clicking on the number on the left hand side. And then, yes, hey, it's Tasha.
I think
it's that one, Noah. Hey, you're good. I didn't switch things up.
Okay, let's.
Yeah, I really like I don't know if I don't have it in here, but let's say, what did I just say? Home maintenance. I like the ones that are evergreen, right? So myth busting would be evergreen. And again, what I mean by myth busting evergreen is I don't have to do it every Friday for the upcoming events. That's really valuable for them, but that's work for me. I'm gonna show you in the social media class how we'll just schedule it out in advance. So in Command, we can just schedule it on Facebook and Instagram for the first day of every month, your home maintenance post, right? So the best thing that you could possibly do, like income producing for your marketing, create the templates and create them for the next 3 months. You can honestly find things to do in Charlotte for the next 3 months in advance and go ahead and put it on there. Okay, and then now I would go to the template section, let's say, and search home maintenance. And there might be a KW template for this one, I'm not sure. For a month. Right, so winter home maintenance tip. So finding then, let's say now I'm gonna use that template and I'm gonna set that up as my monthly home maintenance, right? And we don't want a different template for each one. We want the same one each month. Hey, Tasha, over there. No, you're good. She wasn't here and we switched things up on you guys. I think that one. That conference room, right?
She not here at all, but
No, she is, I saw her.
oh, she's there.
If I'm wrong, ask Sue. Okay, sorry. I'm here. Right, so your goal, sorry, I keep getting interrupted, it's Tasha's classmate. Home maintenance, go set up a home maintenance template. We have now the things to do in Charlotte this weekend, right? And then what was that third one I liked? Recipe idea, I love that one, Emily, that was a great one. Right, because you can tie it back to a kitchen, always, right? And it's evergreen, so my goal for you is to create the template for those 3, up to you, which 3 you pick, but then try to make it for the next 3 months. So where I have the projects, let's say, right, these are where we made the Charlotte Weekender, and right, I know I'm going kind of fast here because I'm hitting my deadline, like the end of class. Book with me and I'll help further this in the next class as well, okay, but I'll repeat this next class. Under projects, right, okay, this is the Charlotte Weekender now for October, great. I would like to then make a copy of this. Okay, I can make a copy or I can make it within here. Actually, let me show you a different way, if it's okay. Instead, like for the next 3 months, how you're gonna do this, okay, is you're gonna open the template in Canva that you created, right? And see this icon right here to duplicate the page. That will duplicate it, okay? So now this is going to be November's, right? So let's say I want to put text, and again, I'll show you this slower, guys. But let's say I want October things to do in Charlotte. And then I want this one to be November. Right, and then I want one more for December. And then in the social media class that we have, I'm gonna show you how to schedule it out in advance so that it will automatically go out in November and December without you doing anything further. Does that make sense? And same with the home maintenance checklist. It could be a similar template, write out for October, November, and December, and then I'll show you how to schedule it. That is the best way to actually make an income from social media and your sphere touches. This isn't about going viral and you'll see like kids be like, yeah, I get all my leads on social media. Well, that's because they're mini influencers, right? For the rest of us, it's the value of touching our sphere consistently with valuable information and about that ties back to real estate, right? That brands you as the realtor of choice.
I have to go.
Yeah, are you and Tasha's? Yes, I'm so sorry.
Yes.
Is there anything I can answer for you, Emily?
This is very helpful, so I need to come do more with you. So it's just
Oh,
it's so
great.
exciting when you can figure it out.
Great, well, yes, I'm excited, please feel free to book with us and we'll just continue on this, right? Because the idea is making a system that just does it for you, right? Marketing help.
2 weeks.
Yes, on that Tuesday, I believe it was, yeah. So yeah, Emily, jump on whenever, you can go ahead and schedule like, now and then in the next 2 weeks, go ahead and reserve it if you want to. Because usually the first meeting, we get like your strategy, what we're gonna do, and then I can help you implement it, so
Yeah.
I'm here for it.
Perfect.
Alright,
Thanks
guys.
so much.
Well,
Thank
thanks for
you.
coming.
So much.
I'll see you soon. Bye,
Yeah,
guys.
thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you, Leah.
Alright, enjoy. I think it's in the next room over.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to be okay. I don't see it.